Hey, what's up, everybody? It's the guy that's still stranded in Pensacola, Florida, due to the weather. Anyway, I've had a lot of time to watch YouTube. I've been stuck in a motel slash hotel, whatever, for a week, and not much to do. As long as I can get internet and have power, I'm somewhat okay. But as you can see by these Samsonite bags I have right here, life's not really going as planned because my finances are getting depleted daily and the weather's not improving as rapidly as I would hope. So, and there's a couple other little things. I have a beef with something, but I'm going to let it kind of ride because there could be a reason for that. But, so literally, like so many of you, if you know my backstory, my recent history or whatever, you kind of know a little bit about what I'm going through. But and I'm pretty say depressed is putting it mildly, but I always try and be strong and adapt, improvise, overcome, whatever you want to call it, and it kind of sucks. So I watched this YouTube channel. I'm looking at my laptop right now because I'm currently on the phone, and this channel I just discovered today was Jantz Road Trippin'. JANTZ. That's one word, and then road, and then trippin' with no G. And the female half was talking about her struggles with some things she had going on with her life, medical conditions and stuff like that. So watching that, I felt, man, she was like so courageous. You look at my droopy eyes, you can see how how affected I am by this everything. But so she was talking about attempting self-termination, and due to like her medical condition, her situation, and so I really watched in depth and detail and was really reflecting about the courage it took for her to share that story. And seems like her and her significant other are a remarkable couple, and it's really nice to see that she had a support system. When you don't have a support system, you're kind of like on borrowed time. So I had something happen to me a long time ago. I'm going to say 14 years ago. I don't even remember exactly when, but I was in a relationship, and life was going great. Life was going great. My credit score was great. My debt ratio was low, and just things were seemingly on track for me to just be a normal human being and eventually live a normal life. Well, that ended. That relationship ended. Made no sense to me. Why? Considering there was never an argument or a disagreement or anything. It just one day it just ended. So I was trying to achieve a goal of mine to own a bait and tackle shop. I was so close, so many times. And I finally got contacted by a financial institution that offered me a substantial amount of money that I was pretty much guaranteed to get. And I thought that was going to push me over the hump. And I was desperate. I was very, not only desperate, but extremely depressed because there was that dangling carrot that kept moving. The false relationship promises and the business expectations. You know, I went through so much bullshit with SCORE and SBA and all this stuff. I'm like, and I was kept being told that no, you're guaranteed you're gonna get this grant, you're gonna get this loan, you know, and all this stuff. And then it was crazy because I met with this representative on the business side of things for a long time, I mean, like probably 6 months or more. And I had all my numbers, everything. Like I literally had everything anybody would ever ask for. I had it in a binder. Like I had been working years on this to do the bait and tackle shop. I had everything. I even had estimates on, not estimates, even actual numbers on electricity, water, rent, you know, lease option, and like I had every freaking detail you could imagine. And the SBA guy kept saying, you know, the only thing I didn't have was assets. And he was basically trying to fudge the numbers a little bit. And I said, man, I don't feel comfortable about this. You know, I said, I don't think this is real because I feel like it's going to hurt. You know, I was real protective of my credit score. And I feel like I just kept telling him, I feel like this is like not only dishonest, but let me stand up a little bit. I had another medical problem I really can't share right now, but maybe that'll be another video. But anyway, so I kept telling him I don't feel comfortable. I just, you know, but he kept insisting, no, you're going to be, we only met once a week for maybe an hour, and I kept providing anything he asked for. I had everything available, all the numbers, everything, prospective locations and stuff like that. But the more, like, this is not a knock on the guy because I understand it was like a free service available to people to try and gain business assistance and stuff like that. So like when I found a place that was really good, you know, really, really good location that met all my requirements as far as parking, road traffic surveys that I had done all the research on and all this stuff, it dragged on just too damn long, because then I had to redo all my homework, because by the time, you know, this guy got around to, you know, really truly helping me, because because he had so many other people to help. I totally get that, but the after a while, there was one investor that was was going to invest $80,000 with me, and we were going to be partners, and we had talked a lot, and I met every criteria that the guy asked. Matter of fact, in the last 24 hours of his stipulations, he said, you only need to do two things. Cover this one thing, cover this. And I got back to him like within 12 hours. Boom, I nailed it. We got it. It's all good. And it was a guy that was a very, very, very successful businessman. And then he told me he would have to, matter of fact, it kind of dragged on for a few days, kind of withdrew and said, I just got involved with the high-rise building complex. And he said something about he was doing work. The day I found out, he was doing work at Matthew McConaughey's home in Naples, Florida. It was like a condo. And so he dropped a bombshell to me. So it's crazy. He called me like mentally deranged or whatever. But I can't even watch Matthew McConaughey on TV anymore because it just reminds me of the day that my whole future fell apart. So we're gonna I'm gonna hit pause for a minute. All right, so I'm back, and I'm realizing that I'm talking so long that it's probably going to be a multi-part series. And so when that happened, because I probably didn't explain that in the proper order, but I started to lose my mind because I was so pissed, depressed, and working so hard towards a goal that I worked on for many, many, many years. And I felt I was right there. I was so close. And not only did it was the, matter of fact, I just remember the name, the SBDC that was slash SBA that was also a representative score. They're telling me, no problem, you got this a lot, you got a lot. And I kept telling them, like, man, I don't feel comfortable with this. But when they finally did their summation of all their criteria and everything, guess what? I was 4 points shy of meeting their criteria. And it wasn't like a credit score point system. It was their overall assets and everything like that. So he had totally misled me because he kept telling me, you're good, man. You're going to get this, And I think I may have even been with them. I think I was even, I think it was around 100,000. What we were talking about. And he kept saying, no, that's no problem. You got this, hands down, blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what? Didn't happen. So then I went through an extremely long state of depression, being like really bad. And so I applied for a loan and I got a large amount of money, not like 100,000. It was like less than 15,000. But since I was in a deep state of depression, that I was very very depressed because I realized that wasn't going to get me my goal. But for whatever reason, I went through it, and then not long after that, it just everything just went south with my credit. Uh, I did I did I was not financially wise with that money that I had because I was just extremely depressed, and I was that's all I can tell you is I was just extremely depressed and feeling betrayed by a relationship that made no sense to me. And ever since then, my life's been pretty much total shit. I can't even sugarcoat it. And then it was just so crazy. Just like the loan was not through an FDIC um, lender. It was a private lender institution. And um, when I was going through my hard times trying to make the payments on that, um, I had worked out a payment arrangement for a lesser amount because the hardship thing I was going through, and um, they're like, no problem. Well, listen to this crap. This is freaking crazy. Uh, I made the first 5 payments of the hardship program on time. No problem. Hold on one second. Let me check something. So for some reason, I'm not seeing the time allotted on this phone, so I may have to I may have to kind of wrap this up here shortly. But everything was fine. Then the sixth payment was the weekend of Hurricane Irma coming through Southwest Florida. So I called them. I said, hey, this is what's going on. I have nowhere to live because my landlord was not allowing me to stay in the residence. And I had to, I was for a while hunkered down at a bait shop where I worked at. And then I found out there was going to be a 12-foot water surge from street level at the exact intersection where I was located. And in the building I was staying in, it was 9-foot ceiling. So I knew I was a dead man. So I called them and called them and called them and explained to them, like, this is like serious deal. Category 5 is about to, kill a lot of people and destroy a lot of lives. And this is why, because I need money to evacuate. They pretty much told me, like, well, you're SOL because you're already on a hardship program. So I just kept calling them. So, like, you really need to reconsider. And they kept saying no. So when that whole evacuation thing happened, there's a video or two on this. My life got totally destroyed, and I've never recovered. I've never recovered, and I feel like I'm back in the same situation right now with this with the stuff that's going on. So I need to really wrap this up. I'm going to do a follow up, and we're going to get more on point with the topic of self-termination. And I'm going to show you how that is all relative and what my point is. But with that being said, I got to tap out, folks. I sincerely need to do a part 2. Thank you.